Live and direct. How y'all doing? I go by the name of God King. Some people call me Buck. Some people call me Swole. Some people just call me Maurice. I'm not talking about the Steve Miller Band either. But this is my first video. So forgive me if this is a little awkward. I feel like I'm talking to myself in an empty room, which is what I'm doing. But first of all, let me start out by saying there's a couple of reasons why I'm doing this. First reason is there's been a calling on my spirit, calling on my soul to do more than what I'm doing. Always. Since before I can remember. The second thing is I think we're put on this earth to create. And this is going to be my creation. And the third reason is I'm afraid. I'm not afraid in the sense of I'm afraid to die. I'm not afraid in the sense of I'm scared to do this. Not at this point. I'm afraid to die with untapped potential. I'm afraid to die not knowing what my highest self would have ever looked like. I'm gonna just ignore that. I'm afraid of the what ifs. I know that there's always been something brewing inside of me that is meant for greatness. And not just great for me, but greatness for the world. The past year of my life, I've experienced a magnitude of ups and downs, and more than anything, I've experienced an awakening. And what I mean by awakening, I mean by a spiritual awakening, where it became easy to let go of old beliefs, old dogma, things that kept me paralyzed, things that kept me in fear, full of pessimism, anxiety, things that kept me in the same place over and over and over and over again. And now it's a new year. And I refuse to let another day go by not tapping into what God, the creator, the universe, whatever you want to call it, has always put inside of me. And I feel like he's put it inside of all of us. And our duty is to help each other. Our duty is to create. Our duty is to express our thoughts through action. And ultimately our duty is to love. And doing all those things, we're going to change the world. There's been a paradigm shift. People around me all feel the same way. The people around me all add value to my life. For the first time in my life, there's not anyone in my life that does not provide positivity, inspiration, motivation on a daily basis. And if you know me, and for those that know me, they know that inside of me I've always been a motivator. I've always been an encourager. I've always been someone who's been able to pull the best out of people. You could call me a counselor. You can call me somebody who inspires, even when I don't see it within myself. This has always been inside of me. But we get stuck. We live in fear. So we take that job that pays us $60,000, $80,000, $100,000 a year. We go to school. In my case, I went to school. I went to law school. I gave up playing football. All because I was a pessimist. All because I was afraid of being broke, when really I was broke the entire time. Because I wasn't tapping into what the Creator put inside of me. So I was never going to be happy no matter what I did. And we all, a lot of us experience that. A lot of us experience life through the eyes of someone else, whether it be our parents, whether it be our spouses, whether it be our teachers, whether it be somebody we wanted to prove wrong, whether it be by dogma, whether it be by the media, whether it be by things that we've seen growing up in a life we always imagined ourselves to have. We've all done this. And one day I woke up and I said I wasn't going to live by someone else's expectations anymore. I said that I was going to create. I said that I was going to make a difference. I said that I was going to change the fucking world. And that's what I'm doing. I bring the juice. And I ain't talking steroids. But they will enhance your performance. The message I bring will enhance your performance. This is my first time doing this. Of course, I've recorded on my phone before. I've never sat in front of a camera and done a freaking biography on my life and why I'm here. Because I'm finally unafraid to show the world who I am, hoping someone is looking at this getting inspired. I'm from a little town called Bayou Goula, Louisiana. I come from nothing. Have a big old family. Great people around me. Modest beginnings. We were poor. It was just me and my mother. Mother and my father divorced at an early age. I never remember them being together, ever. Me and my mother, we bounced around from house to house, job to job, never a stable situation. When I was 10 years old, I had a little brother. So it ended up being me, my brother, and my mother. Never a stable household. I always had to worry about where our next meal was coming from most of the time. Or we would take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back. So this left me with a mindset of pessimism. Afraid to pursue dreams because I didn't want my kids to worry about where the next meal was coming from. I didn't want to worry about a paycheck. So my plan was to go to school and work a steady job for the rest of my life. So that's what I did. Not knowing that was the fastest way to being mentally and spiritually broke. And that the Creator was always taking care of me in the first place. So that's a little something on me. So I ended up going to undergrad. I played ball for a few years. Enjoyed myself. Damn near flunked out of school. I woke up one day and was like, hey man, you gotta graduate. You gotta do something with yourself. So I graduated. Transferred schools first. I graduated. And then I was like, well, you need to get a secondary degree. You need to make sure that you can get a job. So I went to law school. I went to law school with 2 things in mind. One, if I go to get a law degree, I'll be a jack of all trades. Number 2, if I'm a jack of all trades, I'm gonna always be employed. When I went, it wasn't what I expected to be. I was in law school the entire time thinking about what else could I be doing. But I stuck it out. And here we are 10 years later, and I finally woken up to the fact that was never my intended path. I was always supposed to be either a coach, a counselor, some sort of self-help person. But my circumstances around me would not allow me to tap into that because I was always afraid of not making money. So I took my hand, I took my talents to corporate America. The funny thing about that is you think a title, you think promotions, you think all those things will give you what you've been seeking. Money, cars, nice place to live. But you're still not happy. It's something that's still missing. You still have no freedom. You have things. You know, you have things, but you don't have freedom. And you don't pay for those things with money. No, you don't pay for these things with money. Cars, your clothes, TVs, your internet, your furniture, you don't pay for none of that shit with money. But you know what you do pay for it with? You pay for it with your time. And time, my friends, is the most precious gift we have. Because we always running out of that and you can't get it back. So your house, your car, and the clothes, all this shit that people brag about, meanwhile you dying fast because you working 10, 12 hours a day doing some shit you hate. Not doing anything for yourself, your family, or the world. So I'm here to wake you up. I'm here to tell you that you need to get up off your ass, create, do something else, inspire the world, help each other. And the Bible says, Jesus said, in my Father's house there are many mansions. In my Father's house there are many mansions. I'm here to help build those mansions. And I'm not talking about physical fucking mansions. I'm talking about financial freedom, freedom to be with your family, freedom to love, freedom to appreciate. I'm talking about a utopia. I'm talking about a figurative mansion. Heaven on earth. That's what we're here to do. That's what we're here to inspire the world to do. We have access to the world. Social media, the internet, me shooting this video is always for us to reach out to the entire world. So that we don't need our traditional ways of life anymore. Because we can make money all kinds of ways now. We are in a crucial time in society. It's time to wake up as kings and queens. Get up off our asses and enjoy the time that we have on this earth because it is precious and it is minimal. It is minimal. In the grand scale of the universe, you got this much time to do what you're supposed to do. You need to decide what it is you're going to do and do it. And leave your legacy. Stop pussyfooting around. Stop worrying about the next man. Do what was called inside of you. You have to let go. Once you let go, you can align yourself. Once you align yourself, you can recognize the opportunities that are in front of you. Once you recognize those opportunities, then you can start executing. And once you start executing, you'll realize that the fucking universe is your oyster. And you can be conscious of creating any and every circumstance that you want. It's amazing. Anyway, that's my little rant. But I will leave you with this first video. You know, you need to. This isn't me, this is Eric Thomas, the hip hop preacher. I suggest you look him up. If you don't know Eric Thomas is a motivational speaker and a life coach and one of the first guys on YouTube that I really started looking at because he was giving me that daily juice. He was giving me them daily steroids. He was giving me them daily PEDs, You know what I'm saying? And he says, you need to find out your fucking why. You need to find out your why. Why are you getting up in the morning? When you find out your why, you don't need a fucking alarm clock. When you find out your why, you don't need a reason to keep going day after day. You don't need a reason to push through the next roadblock. You don't need a reason to it. You just do it because your why is bigger than you. And and people get so caught up on how do I find my why? How do I find my why? Well, people are missing out on what their why is because they put limits on themselves. They think that why has something to do with some kind of job or some sort of title or some sort of profession. You know what my why is? My why is to change the world. That's a huge reason to get up every morning. When you feel like you got something brewing inside of you, when you can't sleep, you can't think. It's all you can do. You know what I'm saying? Somebody comes to you and you see it in their face, you see it in their spirit that they need some help, that they need some encouragement. And I'm like, step into my office. Let me talk to you for a second. Let me give you some of this juice. Let me tell you why you should be happy. Let me tell you to fucking eliminate all that bullshit out of your life. All this fucking bullshit, whether you talk about bills, money, all that shit is crap. We don't need none of that shit to live and to exist. And everything is always working out for the greater good anyway. Slowly but surely, man by man, person by person, that is going to change the world, and that is my fucking why. So when you get that promotion, or when you make that money, or when you get that house, or when you get that car, what's going to keep you going? Your why is going to keep you fucking going. And I finally fucking get that. But you won't understand your why until you fucking take the limits off of yourself and understand that you are fucking limitless. You are limitless. Do you understand that? Do you understand what the Creator put inside of you? You fucking limitless. You can do whatever you want to do. Matter of fact, your job and your duty is to do as many things as possible on this earth while you are here. Do you understand that? That is my why. Stop putting limits on yourself. Fuck a job. And I don't mean fuck a job as this is a reason to fucking quit my job and be lazy. Don't be stupid, be wise. But what I mean is, forget your profession. Forget what you do. Who are you? Tell me that. Who are you? Not what you do. Who are you? I'm looking at LinkedIn. This is a prime example. I'm looking at LinkedIn, right? And I understand LinkedIn is a professional website. And it is made for professional people to get out there and network with other professional people for job, reasons, and for whatever else there is out there. It's like a Facebook for professionals. But I'm looking at LinkedIn, and some of these people I know, some of them I work with, and you see manager of this, and sales professional this, and tax analyst this, and landman this, and service specialist and customer service representative and this, that, and the other. And I'm looking at these people and I'm like, and I look at some of their pictures and I'm like, that's not who you are. I'm like, this is just a happy ass motherfucker. This dude loves to boil crawfish and have barbecues and entertain family and friends. This person here loves makeup and traveling. This one here loves to teach and to educate. Me, I love the NFL. I love guiding young men in the right direction. I love bringing that juice. I get excited about bringing juice and bringing pleasure to people's lives. So I'm going to change my LinkedIn profile. I administer PEDs, performance enhancing drugs, all natural performance enhancing drugs, because I give you that life juice. People gonna be like, man, this motherfucker's crazy. He ain't trying to get no job. No, not that. And people sit up there and they take pictures and they put these profiles on there so someone that they do not know can have a perception of them that they feel is acceptable so they can hire them for their job. So that this person that they don't know can feel like, hey, this is someone that I want in my circle. These people don't know you. They don't know what you are really here to do. They don't know how powerful you are. They don't know that you're a caregiver. They don't know that you're a lover of nature. They don't know that you love the fucking birds. That's who you are. And it's amazing that throughout this world, we're so caught up in image and we're so caught up in what someone else thinks about us to where we got a whole freaking website dedicated to faking the funk. All in hopes of somebody giving us a fucking paycheck. And this shit is sad and it pisses me off. It's sad and it pisses me off. But anyway, that's another thing. I'll save that for another day. But, you know, but you're witnessing something special. It's 2016. There's a lot happening in the world. A lot of people say it's the end of days. Yeah, it's the end of days. It's the end of those old days. It's the end of the days in which we've always known. That's what it's the end of. You didn't think the apocalypse was going to happen like this, but it's happening. The Greek translation of apocalypse means a revealing of knowledge. Not the English translation. The English translation is that old, death and craziness and world war and this, that, and the other. That shit been going on for centuries and centuries and centuries. So the shit you see on the news today, which is why I don't even watch the news because you can't believe shit on there anyway. It'll keep you in a negative state. It'll keep you in fear. That's why you need to cut the idiot box off. That shit's been going on for centuries and centuries anyway, so that doesn't change. But what is happening is that people are rising up. Kings and queens are waking up. That's what's happening. So, anyway, that does it for my first video. I think I made this shit way too long. This is the God King signing off. I'll holler at y'all. Peace.